I officially welcome you to my YouTube channel. I'm happy that I've gotten started because I've been postponing to do this. I've been procrastinating. So the thing is that a lot of projects hanging on my neck that I needed to deliver and all of that. But I'm just happy that I've started it finally. So my name is Aja Emmanuel, and I am going to be your instructor over here on this channel. A little stuff about myself. Last year, I graduated from University of Nigeria in Nsukka, and then from the Department of Electronic and Computer Engineering. On the average, I have been 3 years in tech because I can remember that late 2022, I started out with Python. From there, I completed my 100 days of code on Replit, and then I wanted to start learning Flask before I had a friend talk, a senior colleague actually, we had a chit chat. So he told me about Flutter and Dart. I mean, the mobile development in general. So, and he told me that this is what he has been doing and he would like me to join him and he believes it's something I can do, stuff like that. So, between April and May, I started off my Flutter career. I mean, I started out as an absolute beginner. I didn't know anything apart from the few knowledge I had about Python and all of that. But then the syntaxes are really kind of different. I mean Python and that. So on the average, I'm 2 years with Flutter and that. So I think that's all about me. About this channel, we are going to be talking about not only mobile development, we're also going to be talking about a whole lot of things. Basically all areas of tech. We can talk about backend development, we can talk about web development. We can as well talk about Web3, blockchain. But those ones are going to come in future series that I'm going to be releasing. Starting off, we are going to be going with Flutter and Dart. So, who is this course meant for? Putting out this content was born out of the challenges I had when I was learning, right? So, I didn't actually have somebody that would take me by hand and tell me this is how this thing is supposed to work, right? It was a bit difficult for me, even though there were lots of resources on this YouTube and then documentations. My journey was more of trying to fuck around to know what works and what does not work. I mean, I had a lot of errors when I started out with Flutter, like so many of them. But then it helped me to be able to know how things work under the hood. And that approach is what we are going to be taking. As a developer, I believe that it is not enough for you to know that, oh, it's working. Fine. The important thing is, okay, it's working. Why is it working? It's not working. Why is it not working? Right? Stuff like that. How does this thing get to happen? How does this widget interact with this other widget and all of that? So that approach is what we are going to be taking, as I'm going to be leading you by hand to be able to help you not to pass through the hard times that I passed through while I was learning. So over here, we are going to be breaking things down. So if you're a beginner and you actually want to start off with mobile app development with Flutter and that, so this channel is for you. So I implore you to hit the like button, subscribe, and then hit on the bell icon so that every single time I release a video, you are going to be notified about it. As you can see my screen, I have some Flutter code plus that code that I've written over here. All these stuffs are what we are going to be doing, but in the later videos, right? You can see I'm having this and I'm running it on my real device, which I am bringing up on my screen. If you are an intermediate developer, this course may not actually be for you, but then it might be for you as well, in the sense that you might get to maybe grab one or two information that you do not know from before, right? And then you could just add it to your ever increasing bucket of knowledge. If you're a senior mobile developer, this course may not actually be for you. It's actually structured for beginners because I'll be kind of saying the things you already know, right? So that's that. Let's talk briefly about Flutter. So Flutter is Google's UI toolkit for developing applications that will run on desktop, application that will run on web, application that will run on iOS, and application that will run on Android devices, right? So it's basically a cross-platform tool that enables you to build applications that will run on multiple platforms. That's just one thing, one summary of Flutter that you need to know. So it was introduced in 2015 when it was called Sky, but then as of that time it was running on Android devices alone. Then on December 2018, then it was officially launched as a cross-platform tool. Ever since then, there has been so many contributions from the community. Flutter has been evolving. A lot of updates from Flutter 1.0 up till now. I think the latest version of Flutter as at the time of making this video is Flutter 3.27.3. So you see that a lot of things has changed, and apart from that, there are lots of job opportunities for you as a Flutter developer. I mean, the demand for Flutter developers is always on the exponential increase. Let's just check the average salary of a Flutter developer in 2025. I'm just going to open my browser, and then um, if you don't know how to open a new tab, you can see this plus icon. You just click on it, it opens a new tab. I am using Chrome, so you might have your Firefox. I think I also have Microsoft Edge and all of that. So I'm going to type what is, oh, I have that search already. I'll just hit enter. Average salary of a Flutter developer in 2025 is around 80 to 100,000 per year in the United States, and it varies depending on your skill level, your location, stuff like that. So if you are motivated, let's dive in. So what are the tools that you need for this tutorial? Well, if you observe very well, you can see that I am on Windows machine. If your machine is at least 8 gig RAM, doesn't matter whether it is whether the OS is Windows, Mac or Linux, as long as it is minimum of 8 gig RAM, it can carry Flutter. Even though with time, as Flutter keeps getting heavy, and for the moment, 8 gig RAM is enough and it's okay minimum. Then your internet connection and then your power supply. These three things you really need to lock in. And then if you are somebody like me that already have issues with eyes, so you might consider getting an anti-blue light glass because your screen time is definitely going to increase, right? You don't really want to be exposing your eyeballs, I mean your conjunctiva, the rays that come from the screen of your laptop, of your machine. So you might consider adding an anti-blue light glass just like me, so that even though you are spending 6 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours on your system, it won't really affect the scope of this course. So like I said earlier, we are going to be talking about everything tech, but we are starting off with mobile development with Flutter. So this mobile development with Flutter, we are dividing it into two parts, the Dart part and then the Flutter part. Just like you are looking at my screen, you are looking at my VS Code, my code editor. These logics I'm writing here, like stuff like this, list.generate to list if new state dot length less than 5 and new state does not contain code, new state dot add code. All these things are written in Dart. I'm using this command, I'm using this line of code to manipulate data inside this application. So we need to learn that first before we start learning Flutter. Let me just click on show you how it works. So this is one of the projects that I am working on. Just like this, in subsequent videos you will be able to use stuff like this and even stuff that are better than. So you just need to log in with me and log into this channel. We're going to be starting off with that, and after that we move over to Flutter. So everything about Flutter is all about widgets, stacking widgets on top of another, stacking widget maybe by the side, positioning widgets. That's just what I see about Flutter. But then when you want to interact with this widget, when you want to give commands to this widget and then pass data to them, you're going to be using that programming language to be able to talk with it. So that is the language that Flutter understands, right? This is the first video I am making on this channel, and this is an introductory video. So we are going to be starting off officially in the next video, which is going to be our chapter 1 of our Dart course. We are not going to exhaustively cover everything about that. So we are going to cover the basic things that will help us get started out Flutter development. And with time, as you continue into your journey in mobile developing, keep learning new things and all of that. So I implore you to stay tuned to this channel. I mean, stay locked in, expect new contents from me. So before I end this video, you see, I'm putting out this content for you, and I want to serve you well. If there is any way you feel like we can be able to improve the content I bring to you over here, please do let me know under the comment section. And thank you for being my audience. So see you in the next video when we will be officially starting out that. Bye.